NLWN-TV presents the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Now, join us as we get ready for baseball in the dugout.
Welcome to In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball as the Cavaliers take to the road to face the Holmen Features in a non-league matchup from Logan High School in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The Cavaliers are coming off a big 17-9 win over the Augusta Athletics last Wednesday, while the Features face the Sparta Millers in a doubleheader on Sunday. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Features. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's games in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, even though this is a non-league game, the CRBL races are starting to become dramatic. So we'll take a quick look to see where things stand. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Logan High School in La Crosse. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
That's cool. Yeah.
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love your mind.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Holmen Features in a non-league contest from Logan High School in La Crosse. Now, the Cavaliers are coming off a big 17-9 win over the Augusta Athletics last Wednesday, while on Sunday, the Features played a doubleheader with the Sparta Miller. Now, in that Cavalier victory on Wednesday, the Cavaliers out-hit the Athletics 18-14. Leading the way at the plate in that game was Sam Knickerbocker, who went 2 for 2, including a 2-run home run in the 4th inning.
And that ball hit to right field. Going. And that one's out of here.
A home run for Sam Knickerbocker.
2-run homer.
That's the second home run of the season for the Cavaliers, and the first one for Sam Knickerbocker. Xavier Bemnister followed by going 4 for 6 and scoring a run while driving in 3 RBI. Other Cavaliers with big days at the plate, including Caden Erickson, who went 2 for 6 and scored 3 times and drove in 3 RBI, with 2 coming on a double to left.
And a hit out to left field, and getting under it is Shimon, and the run scores. 2-run score, and the throw into third, not in time.
He's going to get credit for a double, and then he goes to third on the error at second. Jerome Delikowski went 3 for 5 and drove in 2 runs, with 1 coming on a double to left.
And the pitch, driven back into center field toward the fence. Windeshausen rounding third and is in.
Cade Mueller also went 3 for 5 and drove in 2 runs, with 1 coming on a double to left. So here's the pitch, and there's a pop-up out into left field. Coming in hard to Scheinman. He can't get there. It falls in. Windeshausen scores. Delikowski checks in at third. And Mueller gets you know what? That's a Texas League double. In addition, Carter Veith picked up an RBI double in the 1st inning. And there's a fly ball out into left field. And it gets past Bryce Scheinman, rounding third, coming in to score. Our 2 runs, Erickson and Hull. And checking into second base is Carter Veith. On the mound, Eli Rathke got the start and struggled, giving up all of the Athletics' 9 runs and 13 of their 14 hits in 4 and 1/3 innings. Aiden Ecker came on in the 5th and through the final 4 2/3 innings, picking up his 3rd win, which included striking out the final 6 batters in a row, as well as a rare immaculate inning in the 8th. Swing and a miss for strike 3. He reached for that one and got him swinging. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Breaker goes down swinging. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He just mowed down the side. Mother Nature has not been kind to the Holmen Features, who play in the Mississippi Valley League. Going into Sunday's doubleheader with Sparta, the Features had been rained out 4 consecutive games. They come into tonight's game with a 6-3 record. The Features are being led at the plate by Cameron Weber, who is swinging at a 400 pace. Adam Quam at 375 and Xavier Palmer at 348 and Anthony Vivian at 313 round out the Features, hitting 300 or better. In limited appearances, Jess Ondell is hitting 455. On the mound, the Features are being led by Andrew Fisher, who has a 4-1 record with an ERA of 0.36 in 19 1/3 innings pitched. Calvin Hargrove and Pierre Nelson have also picked up wins for the Features. The Cavaliers are currently being led at the plate by Sam Knickerbocker, who has a 4.13 average, including 16 RBI and 5 runs scored and a home run. Xavier Bemnister at 387 follows with 15 runs scored and 11 RBI. Caden Erickson at 315 and Ashton Kroll at 310 round out the Cavaliers, hitting 300 or better. The leading pitcher thus far for the Cavaliers is Andrew Milner, who has a 5-2 record with a 2.38 ERA, which includes 3 complete games and a no-hitter. Aiden Ecker is right behind with a 3-0 record, plus a save and an ERA of 1.00 with 33 strikeouts in 27 1/3 innings. Cooper Dykes is 2-1 plus a save with an ERA of 3.86, while Lucas Costley and Xavier Bemnister have each picked up a save. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on The Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House down on Water Street in Eau Claire, talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers will get back into action by stepping out of CRBL play to face the Holmen Features. But before we get to that game, let's take a look at last weekend. The CRBL held its annual All-Star game, which kind of marks the midpoint of the season, so to speak. And your comments about where the Cavaliers stand going into, say, the second half of the season.
Well, we got a heavy July schedule. We got 6 conference games left, including 3 makeups. I like where we're sitting. We're ahead of where we were last year. We're in a good place in the CRBL, second in the South and 3rd overall, I believe, right now. So if we can just keep what we're doing and maintain that, we should be fine.
Now, the Cavaliers have seemed to struggle in the field, which has caused some difficulties for the Cavs. What can they do to rectify that in the second half of the season?
Just take your time out there. We'll work on things in non-conference games and get things figured out, and more reps, more better. So I'm hoping that'll help out.
Just don't rush things. And
yeah, it's a whole thing with these guys. It's sometimes just going to a little bit of funk and stuff, and we had good gloves in the beginning of the year, and then we had a little down, and I hope we're going to have a finish on the upswing.
Now, the Cavs pitching has been a strength for them all season, and although they've performed well, how much of a challenge is it for you to keep the pitchers from getting overworked and tired as this season moves along?
Yeah, we're right about at that point. So we did pick up another player that's going to throw for us. Hopefully we can get some guys healthy. And we're just going to spread the ball around a little bit more and try not to run these guys out too deep, just considering we've got a heavy schedule here. If we can maybe do, half and half, and that way they can pitch twice a week instead of just once a week with 110 pitches. But no, and it's also really important to think that these guys will be heading back into their college years at the end of August, and we don't want them to be worn down for that too. So hopefully we can just get some runs on the board for these guys and we can kind of take it easy, but every game seems like it's been a stressor. So.
Well, today the Cavs are going to face a non-league opponent in the Holmen Features, and that's a team that's made regular appearances in the WBA playoffs. What can you tell us about the Features?
I know when they got their regular roster, they're a really good team. That's just the problem in these non-league games. Sometimes you don't see all of their regular players. We'll probably see
Nor
that
do they
today.
necessarily see all of ours.
Yes, very true. But probably today we will, just because we're going to be in Holmen. So they're a good team. Like you said, they're in WBA. We play them every single year. This year we got two of them, one there, one here. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, it's just a good, fun team to play. I got some ties to that city with my brother lives over there, so he tells me about all the players that are, coming through, and some guys that might be coming to Eau Claire. And it's a good little fun game.
So who's getting the call to the mound today?
We're probably going to go with Eli. He wants to get back on the mound after that little struggle against Augusta. He knows he's better than that, and he just wants to get back out there and get some work in, which I think would be a good thing because we can throw him today, and then he can take a few days off, and we can get him back on the mound next week. So,
and that's one of those where it would really be nice if the Cavs get rid of those fielding mistakes, because that seems to get into Eli's head a little bit.
It does.
If he's throwing well and all of a sudden things aren't happening behind him, then he starts to struggle.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happened in Augusta. If we had made one or two more plays for him, we're probably going to throw him for 6 innings instead of just the 4. But, it is what it is. Whatever happened, and he wants to get back on the mound and flush it away.
Now, this is the beginning of 5 games in 7 days. Are there any concerns about how densely packed this week is?
No, we went through a stretch earlier that's kind of similar to this. It's actually going to be nice for the guys because a few of them have been off for a while because they didn't play in that All-Star game. We only played one game from Wednesday all the way through till today, so it's 7-day stretch, 6-day stretch. So I think it'll be all right for those guys to get out there. The main concern is the pitching, and we can just approach those non-conference games with a little bit more ease and maybe using some other arms to save our guys for the conference ones in that stretch.
Well, Ryan, hopefully the Cavs can find a way to get all the bugs worked out and set themselves up for that stretch run.
I hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show, presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's non-league contest between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Holmen Features. The Chippewa River Baseball League just played its annual All-Star game, pitting the All-Stars from the North Division against the All-Stars from the South Division. The game was hosted by the Tilden Tigers and played at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, with the South All-Stars coming out on top 13-1. Going into the All-Star weekend, the CRBL had 4 games scheduled last Wednesday, including the Cavs defeating the Augusta Athletics 17-9, while the Tilden Tigers topped the Jim Falls Sturgeons 11-5. It was the Eau Claire Bears over the Beef River Bullfrogs 11-1, and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks handled the Cadott Red Sox, their 3rd loss of the season, 8-5. Now that leaves the CRBL standings as follows. In the North Division, in first place at 10-3, are the Cadott Red Sox. Just one game back at 10-5 are the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. And in third place are the Tilden Tigers at 5-7 and 4.5 games back, while the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 5-8 are sitting in fourth. In fifth place are the Bloomer Woodticks. In the South Division, the Eau Claire Bears sit in first at 13-2, while the Cavaliers are in second at 10-4 and are 2.5 games out. Just behind the Cavaliers in third place are the 9-6 Osseo Merchants, who are 4 games out of first. The 6-5 Whitehall Whitetails are in fourth place and 5 games back, while the 2-12 Augusta Athletics are in fifth, and the 1-12 Beef River Bullfrogs are in sixth. Today's game between the Cavaliers and the Holmen Features is the only game scheduled involving a CRBL team. Now, tomorrow, the Chippewa River Baseball League has 5 games scheduled. The Cavaliers will travel to John Soine Field in Osseo to play against the Osseo Merchants, with fireworks following the game. Meanwhile, the Tilden Tigers will travel to Spangberg Field in Strum to face the Beef River Bullfrogs. The Eau Claire Bears will square off against the Whitehall Whitetails at Cinder City Park in Altoona, while the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks will host the Bloomer Woodticks at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, and the Jim Falls Sturgeons will travel to Cadott High School to face the Cadott Red Sox. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're talking with Lucas Costley. And Lucas, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you've played ball, the different levels, and so on.
Yeah, so I grew up in Fall Creek, Wisconsin. Played high school ball there. I played around the area, Eau Claire, when I was younger. And then I continued playing at Stout. I took this year off just because I had a job, so missed all fall, but I'm probably going to go back out next year. So hopefully I make the team, cross my fingers. But that's my past. I played the last 3 years. I only played 2 games last year because I was in Madison, but yeah. So.
Yeah, it gets a little tough when you're trying to make that commute from Madison and stuff. So when you're not playing baseball, what are some other things that keep you interested and occupied?
I mean, my job. I'll be working in Bloomer this summer, but otherwise I frolf. I don't play a whole lot of video games, but a lot of people do, so sometimes I join them.
Okay, here's our signature questions.
All right.
Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Apple pie with ice cream. I think that's what my answer was the first year, and that's going to continue to be my answer.
And you get 2 with 1 that way.
That's right.
Good job. Right. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Overall, probably brats, sauerkraut, relish, ketchup, maybe a little mustard on it, but yeah.
You're one of the few. You're one of the few that says brats, and you're going to put the kraut right on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite major league team?
Brewers. Brewers for sure.
All right. If you could sit down and have a conversation or a beverage with anyone from the history of baseball, whether it be a player or baseball personality of some type, who would that be and why?
Well, Randy Johnson's pretty intimidating, but if I could rope him in, maybe him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And, just don't get in the way of his fastball.
That's right. We saw what happened to that bird.
Yeah. If you had a superpower, what do you think that might be and why?
Well, considering I have no speed, I'd like to be super fast.
All right. Now, if you have super speed,
yep.
Of course you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what would Lucas's superhero name be?
Well, since I'm not very creative, I'll go off the flash and I'll call myself Lightning. How does that
Lightning.
sound? How's that
Lightning
sound?
Costly.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does that sound?
So we're talking with Lucas Lightning Costly here on Cavalier Profile. How about a shout out to the family and friends that are coming to watch at Cavs games?
Yeah, both my grandmas, my mom, my dad, Caden's parents, and probably my girlfriend.
Okay. All right, that's an important one. You better not leave her out.
That's right. It's very important.
And when people come to Cavalier games, remind us about what number you wear and where we're going to find you.
Number 8. Probably 99% of the time I'll be on the mound.
Okay. And I know from the past couple years, you begged for a chance to step in that batter's box.
And I've done great. You know, I got walked. I stole a base. I had a double.
Yeah, I was going to say, you smacked a double. I believe that was down in La Crescent. And
no, that was at Carson Park.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. And then I think I had a single in La Crescent.
Okay, I knew you hit the ball down there.
That's right, that's right.
All right, we want to thank Lucas Costly for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more of In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers will take on the Holmen Features in a non-league game. The Features, coming into this week, have posted a 6-3 record and play out of the Mississippi Valley League. The Cavaliers come into tonight's game with a 13-6 overall record. The Cavs need to clean up some of their play in the field and give their pitchers some defensive support. Tonight's game is the perfect opportunity to take care of that need. So the Cavaliers and the Holmen Features are ready to square off, and we'll have all the action for you right here on NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at Logan High School in La Crosse as we get ready to bring you today's non-league clash between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Holmen Features. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help when your computer decides to not cooperate. It can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. NLWN-TV proudly presents Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. Follow the Cavaliers as they defend their Chippewa River Baseball League title.
Under the lights where legends are born, diamond warriors with heart that's worn, uniform shining, proud on the field, a title to defend, a promise revealed. Cavalier champions, hear the crowd roar, defending our title, we're hungry for more.
So now, let's go out to the ballpark in today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game.
With victory in sight and a future so bright, together we rise, Cavalier spirit in flight.
And good evening, and welcome to Logan High School in La Crosse as we're getting ready to bring you Cavalier baseball as the Cavaliers are going to take on the Holmen Features in a non-league game. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow on the camera and Jay Fall sitting on my left side, going to give you all kinds of information as well as some play-by-play in the middle of this. And we're just about ready to get things started. The umpires have shown up, and we're going to be having baseball for you real soon. So while we get ready for that, Jay, why don't you tell us who's playing in this game?
Okay, well, first of all, let's go with the host Holmen Features and their batting order. Leading off will be number 2, Mason Palmer. He's playing out in center field. Batting second, number 7, Cameron Weber. He is the shortstop, and he brings a .400 batting average into tonight's game. Number 24, Calvin Gilbertson, will be playing out in left field, and the cleanup batter is number 5, Tanner Peterson. He'll be playing third base, and he comes in with a .308 batting average. Number 3, Xavier Palmer is in the 5th position batting. He's the catcher, and he's batting .348. In the 6th position, number 19, Seth Vagst. He is playing in right field, and the 7th batter, number 21, Jack Walter. He'll be playing at first base. And number 8 will be number 10, Pierce Nelson, playing second base. And the designated hitter is Adam Quam, and he has a .375 batting average. The pitcher for the Features is Andrew Fisher, number 16. He has 4 wins, 1 loss, a .36 ERA, and has pitched 19 1/3 innings. So this will be an interesting matchup for the Cavaliers. Their batting order, let's see, leading off will be number 22, Trenton Palmer. He'll be playing left field. Number 10, Logan Hesselman is the designated hitter, batting second. Third batter is number 47, Cade Mueller. He'll be playing shortstop tonight. And batting cleanup tonight, Jerome Delikowski, number 44, and he will be playing first base. Carson Windeshausen will be in right field, number 32, batting 5th. Cooper Dykes will be batting 6th. He wears number 1, and he'll be playing second base. Brayton Tillman, number 11, is in the 7th position in the lineup. He'll be playing center field tonight. Carter Veith, number 17, will be at third base. Sam Knickerbocker behind the plate catching. Batting 9th, he wears number 35, and Ashton Crowell, number 28, is in the 10th position. He is the extra hitter tonight, and on the mound for the Cavaliers is Eli Rathke. So it's interesting change that Ryan Bemnister made. He basically flipped the batting order, so that top guy.
He basically cut it in half and put the top half on the bottom and the bottom half on the top in hopes of waking up some of those bats from the bottom half of the lineup, put them in a little different position in the batting order, and maybe that gets some good results. And he's hoping that maybe that will happen prior to the CRBL and WBA playoffs that are not that far away.
Yeah, they're coming up fast.
It's kind of an interesting day today here in La Crosse. There are not a whole lot of people here at this game. I think I can count the spectators on one hand of the people who aren't somehow involved with the game. And there is no scoreboard operator, and the concession stands are actually inside the school because there's a basketball tournament going on here. And so
you'll be relying on our data for scores.
Absolutely, and there's no guarantees with that. Hopefully the umpires give us a lot of ball strike counts so that we make sure we stay with it. We'll try. And if because I'm the one that keeping it on the score bug, I take responsibility for the inaccuracies on the score bug, and Jay will just jab me in the ribs if I have the wrong ball strike count.
Well, you're quite a ways down there, but we shouldn't need to do that. It's a sunny night. Sun is going down right behind the left-handed batter's box, and so pretty bright out there. There were a few dark clouds earlier, but they seem to have
moved off to the south and east of us.
Yeah, so we're down. Logan High School is down close to Grandad Bluff, so there's rail cars out in the outfield, and so well past the fence.
If people were watching episode 3 of Eau Claire Baseball Memories that we aired during the Tilden doubleheader, that episode was called Andy and the Hammer, and it's talking about Andy Pafko. And Andy Pafko may have, if you measure home runs by where the ball finally came to a stop, Andy Pafko would have the longest home run in Major League Baseball history. And it's a situation similar to this, because he hit the ball, this was in Boston, he hit the ball over the fence into a passing coal car, which didn't stop until it got to New York. That's a long home run.
Yeah, it sure is.
So we are just about ready. Cavs warming up off to our right. Oh, I was going to mention, I see the umpires out there talking at home plate, and you were talking about the shadows, and the shadow from the press box is right at home plate right now. It's going to move out a little bit further, which actually could cause issues for the hitters as that ball has to pass from sunlight into the shadow, and that makes it a little bit difficult to see. It'll be also interesting, since nobody has opened up anything here, if the lights will be on when it starts to get a little bit darker.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Well, we'll see how late this game runs. It's scheduled for 9 innings. And I'll tell you what, as the umpires and managers are meeting at home plate, we'll take this time out as you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV.
Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, July 9th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Osseo Merchants from John Soine Field in Osseo, Wisconsin. Live coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30 p.m. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, July 9th on NLWN-TV.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Logan High School in La Crosse, getting ready for today's Cavalier game against the Holmen Features. The Holmen Features come into tonight's game with a 6-3 record. They had 4 consecutive games rained out, and then they were supposed to play a doubleheader against Sparta on Sunday, and Sparta didn't have enough players. and so those 2 games didn't get played. So the Holmen Features have just had rotten luck in that respect. So, and the Cavaliers, they come into tonight's game, it's on a different piece of paper here, with a 13-6 overall record. They are 10-4 in the CRBL, although this game is not a CRBL game. If the CRBL season were to end tonight, the Cavaliers would be in the playoffs, and they would be the number 3 seed in the playoffs, with the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks right behind them. Top 2 seeds would be the Eau Claire Bears and the Cadott Red Sox. We are very close to being ready. Let me remind you that today's Cavalier game is being brought to you by Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, with comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. Auto Vision Center, windshield repair and replacement on North Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. And the Chippewa Valley Museum, where you can connect with the roots of the valley, right in Carson Park in Eau Claire. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. I want to remind you again that our next game will be tomorrow night, and we get a little bonus coverage tomorrow night. In addition, Cavs are in Osseo at John Soine Field, and they'll be taking on the Osseo Merchants in a game that has a lot of implications for the playoffs. And then following the game is the Merchants fireworks display, and they usually put on a good show, and we will carry that fireworks display right here on NLWN-TV in addition to the game. And last night we aired our second broadcast of the Menominee Blue Caps as they were playing at Liberty Fest in Chautauqua, and that was a good time. Our next one doesn't come up until August. We'll be broadcasting on August 18th as the Blue Caps will take part in the Pioneer Village Old-Fashioned County Fair, and that's in Cameron. That will be on August 18th. And we're still waiting for the Features to take the field. And so, you know what? While we're waiting, we're going to take another short time out on NLWN-TV.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember you threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, August 18th, as the Blue Caps will be in action from Pioneer Village's Old-Fashioned County Fair in Cameron, Wisconsin. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's Vintage Baseball, Monday, August 18th, on NLWN-2.
And the Holmen Features have taken the field. And taking a look at the Features on the field, we have Tanner Peterson over at third. Cameron Weber is at second. Pierce Nelson, Cameron Weber is at short. Pierce Nelson is at second. Jack Walter over at first. Xavier Palmer behind the plate. Out in the outfield, Calvin Gilbertson, Mason Palmer, and Seth, I think it's Vats. I think it's a silent G. I I am not sure about that, but we'll go with that for now. And if it's wrong, my apologies. Seth Vatt's out in right field. On the mound, Andrew Fisher. And Fisher comes into today's game with a 4-1 record, 0.36 earned run average in 19 1/3 innings pitched. In fact, he's pretty much the ace of the staff. He's got the most innings pitched. Caleb Mattel has also 12-plus innings, 12 2/3, and he has a 0.00 earned run average. So, but Fisher has the most innings pitched and pretty impressive earned run average. And the ball's going down to second, and we're getting ready to get things started with Trenton Palmer leading things off for the Cavaliers. Trenton playing left field today and batting 125. Palmer, the lefty, at the plate. Fisher looks in, goes into his motion, and the first pitch. And that one got the umpire. He's going to take a minute to get himself back together.
There isn't a penalty for that, is there?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he is slow getting up. Well, now he's going to put the mask on.
And he'll get back in there. You know, umpires are every bit as tough as catchers. And we didn't mention that's Nolan Lux behind the plate. Out in the field is Hunter Emerson. And Nolan Lux looks like he's at least more or less ready to go on. 1 ball, no strikes. And Fisher fires, and that's a called strike. Wind and the pitch. That's down low for a ball. 2-1 is the count. And the 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Palmer has a hitter's pitch coming up here. And the 3-1 delivery. Outside for ball 4. So Palmer draws the walk. It's going to bring up Logan Hesselman. Hesselman batting .277. He's a designated hitter today. Fresh off his All-Star game appearance, where he was a first baseman for the Victoria South All-Stars. Runner goes. Throw down to second, and Palmer's in safely. And his foot came off the bag, and they got him out. They made the tag. I believe that just goes in the book as a caught stealing. I believe it was a ball to Hesselman. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Inside for ball 3. And the pitch. Strike called. At the knees on the inside corner. And the 3-1. There's a shot out into left field, and it's caught out there.
Kelvin Gilbertson on the catch for the Features.
So 2 down, and it's going to bring to the plate Cade Mueller. Mueller batting .238. He's playing shortstop today. And he follows that one over toward the Cavalier dugout. Cavs in the dugout on the right field line. Features on the left. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the first inning. Andrew Fisher goes into his motion, the 1-1 pitch. That's high for ball 2. And here's the pitch. There's a foul off to the right side out of play. Counts even at 2-2. Fisher looking in for the sign. Now he starts his motion. And it's high. Ball 3. Count is full now to Ashton Kroll. Or Cade Mueller. And there's a soft liner out into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. So Mueller is on. And it'll bring up Jerome Delikowski.
Train going by out there you could tag on to.
He could get one of those longest home runs.
You bet.
Wouldn't stop to look out to Prairie du Chien. Or Dubuque. Pitches high for a ball. Delikowski batting .200. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down. Cade Mueller on first. And the pitch. It's out. Oh, called strike on the outside corner. One ball, 2 strikes to Jerome Delikowski. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Count holds at 1-2. Cavs in their traveling blue tops, white pants, pinstripes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Delikowski goes down swinging, and the Cavaliers go down. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We played a half inning, and it's the Cavaliers nothing, and the Features coming to bat on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
So we are heading into the bottom half of the first inning with no score here from Logan High School in La Crosse. Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively, Carter Veith is at third. Cade Mueller is at short. Cooper Dykes making his, I think, his first appearance in the field this year. He played second base a fair number of times last year, but this is his first time this year. Jerome Dalakowski over at first. Sam Knickerbocker behind the plate. Trenton Palmer out in left. Brayton Tillman in center field, and Carson Windishausen is in right. Eli Rathke on the mound. Rathke coming into the game with a 2-2 record, 6.33 earned run average in 27 innings. He kind of got roughed up a little bit against the Augusta Athletics in his last outing. Came away with no decision. And his first pitch is just a little low and away. He winds and delivers. That one's also low. This is Mason Palmer at the plate, batting 143. Rathke winds and delivers. That one's also low. 3 balls, no strikes. That one's right down the pipe. 3-1 to Mason Palmer. Rathke delivers. That one's down in the dirt for ball 4. So Palmer draws a walk. It's going to bring up Cameron Weber. Weber batting 400 on the season. Rathke peeks over at first. And the pitch outside for ball 1. Rathke delivers. There's a shot out into right field. It's going to fall foul. Just about 2 feet foul. Otherwise, it was headed for extra bases and maybe a run scored. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Cameron Weber. And the pitch. There's a strike called. Pulled the string on that one. Rathke at the belt. And he delivers. Runner goes high, pop up, and moving over and making the catch is Carter Veith.
Yeah, that was about halfway down the third baseline.
So that's going to bring Calvin Gilbertson. Gilbertson batting .063. That pitch just missed outside for a ball. Rathke delivers. Ground ball over to third. Throw to second for 1, and that's all they're going to get. So give Gilbertson a fielder's choice. 5-4 on the putout. Palmer is out at second. And it's going to bring up Tanner Peterson. with 2 down. And the first pitch is a called strike. Peterson batting .308. Rathke delivers, and there's a fly ball out into left field. Palmer drifts back. He makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So, for the Holmen Features, no runs on no hits. There were no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played an inning, and it's no score from Logan High School in La Crosse on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
So we go to the top of the second inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, we have Carson Windishausen, Cooper Dykes, and Brayton Tillman. So Carson Windishausen stepping up toward the plate. He's batting .242 on the season. And Fisher goes into his motion. And the pitch is down low for a ball. And the 1-0 pitch, that's inside for ball 2. Actually, Jay, we've got a pretty good view of the game here today.
We sure do.
Check swing, strike called. Now we're right behind the left-handed batter's box. And there's a pop foul out of play. Counts even at 2-2. We're 3 rows up in the bleachers. And it's a really nice view of balls and strikes. And the pitch, ground ball right up the middle into center field. And Windishausen rounds first. He's going to be safe there. And that's going to bring up Cooper Dykes. Now, he has had 1 at-bat this year. He's still looking for his first hit this season as a Cavalier. And he fouls the first pitch off. Cooper Dykes already taking a little razzing from the dugout, although they're also being very encouraging. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball. One ball, one strike. Runner on first. And Dykes fouls that one out of play over into the parking lot. That's why I moved my car.
I parked in the very back.
That's pretty much what I did, too.
Or close to the very back.
Runner goes. Throw over to second, and he's in safe. He slid underneath. So give Windishausen a stolen base. Fisher stepped off the rubber and turned and threw. The ball was there in time, but Windy got underneath it. Takes a big lead at second. Pitches outside. Counts even at 2-2. Nice job that time behind the plate by Xavier Palmer for snagging that one. 2-2 pitch. And now the count is full to Cooper Dykes. Features pitcher delivers, and it's a called third strike to Cooper Dykes. That'll bring up Brayton Tillman. He's also fresh off an all-star appearance on Sunday. Comes into today's game batting .277. One out, we're in the top of the second. And the pitch is low and away for ball one. Andrew Fisher at the belt. Looks over at second. Heads back. Windishausen gets back. A ball and no strikes to Tillman. And the 1-0 pitch. There's a shot foul down the right field line. Fisher looking at second. And he delivers. And that one's fouled off the left side.
So he's got it surrounded.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Brayton Tillman. Well, now if he just draws a compromise between those two.
Yep.
And the pitch. That one's fouled straight back into the parking, off a car. I think it hit a couple cars.
Yeah, yeah, they're probably in at the basketball tournament.
And Lois is saying she's glad she moved. And there's a ground ball out into right field for a base hit. Windishausen rounds third. He's going to come in to score. And the Cavs take a 1-0 lead. And that's going to bring up Carter Veith. Veith batting .294. Tillman on first. Not afraid to head to second. And that pitch is a called strike. He slides in and keeps his foot on the bag. He's safe. Tillman almost overslid the bag. No balls and a strike to Carter Veith. 1 out. Tillman on second. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Nolan Lux seems to like that outside corner. But that might be the angle we're at, too. There's a pop foul out of play. Count holds at 0-2. And the pitch. There's a pop-up, foul territory out of play. It's a good thing Ryan Bemnister's dad took a few steps back because that was right where he was standing.
Yeah, the balls are getting a workout on the asphalt tonight.
So the count holds at 0-2. And the pitch. There's a fly ball out into center field. Coming in is Palmer. He makes the catch. And that's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker batting .413. He's leading the Cavaliers in hitting. He's also coming off an all-star appearance where he was the starting catcher for the South. I think he caught like 4 innings of that game. That pitch is down low for a ball. And the pitch is high and away. And prior to that all-star appearance, Knickerbocker hit one out of the ballpark down in Augusta for his first home run of the season. There's a long fly ball. That's pretty deep out into right center field. It's back to the warning track. Knickerbocker is going to check into second as Tillman comes in to score. So that puts the Cavs up on top 2-0. And it's going to bring up Ashton Kroll. He also was an all-star on Sunday. Got a significant amount of time out in left field. First pitch is a called strike.
Just caught the inside corner.
Knickerbocker on second. And that's a called strike on the outside corner. And the pitch. There's a chopper over. It's going to get through to right field. Knickerbocker's going to hold up at third. So the Cavs have runners at the corners. And brings Trenton Palmer back to the plate. He drew a walk his first time up. And there's a called strike. No balls and a strike to Trenton Palmer. And the pitch. There's a shot right through the third baseman, and Knickerbocker comes in to score. And I think that's going to be a hit. I'm looking over at the official score, Kirk, and he's nodding, yes, that's a hit. Which also means it's an RBI for Palmer. Cavs have 2 runners on. Logan Hesselman at the plate flew out to left field his last time up. 3 runs in this inning. And the pitch, high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. And here's the pitch. Strike called. Here's the pitch. That's down in the dirt, back to the backstop, and 2 runners are going to advance. And the catcher can't find it. Coming in, and he got in. That was Ashton Kroll coming in on the wild pitch. Or check that, that was Knickerbocker. No, that was Kroll. I forgot to mark Knickerbocker last time. So Palmer's on third. 2 balls and a strike. Or is it 3 and 1? Now it's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Logan Hesselman. Swing and a miss, and Hesselman goes down swinging. So for the Cavaliers in the second inning, they pick up 4 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've played an inning and a half, and it's the Cavaliers 4 and the Holmen Features nothing on NLWN-TV.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire, your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
So the Cavaliers have opened up a 4-0 lead as we go into the bottom of the second inning here at La Crosse Logan High School. As the Cavs are taking on the Logan Features. Nice little ballpark here at Logan High School, although the distances to the fence are not marked anywhere. But it's a nice backdrop with the trees out, right field and center field. You can kind of see the freight yard out in left center. And due up now for the Holmen Features, we have Xavier Palmer, Seth Vatz. The first pitch to Palmer is a called strike. And after Vatz will be Jack Walker. Rathke gets him to chop one. That's going to be a base hit at first. That's one of those high hoppers that just took forever to come down. So it's an infield hit for Xavier Palmer. It's going to bring up Seth Vatz. Vatz batting .222. Palmer taking his lead at first. And the pitch. That missed low and away for a ball. And the pitch. That's outside, ball 2. Two balls and no strikes. Rathke at the belt. He delivers. That's a called strike on the outside corner. As you can see, that shadow is just about out to the pitcher's mound. So that ball is going to be changing from sun to shadow to sun. That one's down low. 3 balls and a strike now to Seth Vatz. Throw over to first. Palmer's back. Rathke delivers. And that's ball 4. So 2 runners on with nobody out. It's going to bring up Jack Walker, who's batting 167. And the pitch. That's a called strike. No balls and 1 strike. To Jack Walker. And the pitch. That one got away from Knickerbocker. That's going to be a pass ball. So runners are now at second and third with nobody out. Rathke delivers. That did not miss by much. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was close. One ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike. Rathke delivers. And that's down low. Hitter's pitch now for Jack Walker. Rathke looks over at third. And the 3-1 pitch swung on a miss. Strike 2. Rathke pulled the string on that one. Walker was way out in front of it. Full count now. And the pitch. And that's ball 4. So the bases are now loaded. And it's going to bring up Pierce Nelson, who's looking for his first hit of the season. Sam Knickerbocker wants to go out and have a talk with Rathke. Settle him down a little bit. And into talk as well is Carter Veith. Knickerbocker and Veith are the 2 catchers for the Cavaliers, and Veith may have had a little bit of advice for Rathke as well. So Pierce Nelson at the plate. Sacks are full of features. And there's a called strike on the outside corner. Or should we say the features are featured on the bases? That one's inside. Letter high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. 2 balls and a strike. And there is a foul ball off into the parking lot. Two balls, two strikes. Strikeout right here would be really big for the Cavs. Rathke glances at third and delivers. Oh, and it got him. And that's going to be an RBI. Palmer comes in to score. Bases remain loaded. And the ground ball picked up, tossed to second, throw to first, not in time. So, Adam Quam grounds into a fielder's choice, 4-6. And Nelson is out at second. And they have runners on the corners back to the top of the lineup. Mason Palmer, he drew a walk his first time up. And the first pitch is a ball. With one out. Pitch is inside. Ball and a strike. And the pitch, it's a ground ball over towards second. Throw to first in time. So that's two away as Palmer gets an RBI. And that was Vats coming in to score. So two down. And there's a high pop-up into shallow left field, moving back and making the catch is Cade Mueller. So, for the Features, they picked up 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We've played 2 innings, and, well, I take that back. I think they got 3 runs.
Yeah.
3 runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left on base. So at the end of 2 innings, it's the Cavaliers 4 and the Holmen Features 3 on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, July 9th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Osseo Merchants from John Soine Field in Osseo, Wisconsin. Live coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30 p.m. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, July 9th on NLWN-TV.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum. Located in Eau Claire's Carson Park with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 834-7871.
And want to let you know that the summer hours for the Chippewa Valley Museum are in effect. Call or check out Chippewa Valley Museum by going to cvmuseum.com for more information. Also, next Sunday, July 13th, the Chippewa Valley Museum invites you to bring a chair or a blanket. Join them for Music on the Lawn. This special program is offered by the museum free of charge every Sunday in July. And next Sunday will be a folk-inspired guitarist, Tim Case. That's from 2 to 3 at the Chippewa Valley Museum. First pitch is a called strike in the top of the third inning to Cade Mueller. And another called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Mueller singled to right his first time up. Fisher winds and delivers. There's a chopper fielded by the third baseman. Then he drops it, and that's going to be an error on the third baseman. So that's an error on Peterson, Tanner Peterson. And that's going to bring up Jerome Delikowski, victim of a strikeout his first time up. And that pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch, that's outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Fisher delivers. Check swing, high for a ball. You know, Jay, that one, I say this a lot, but that one looks like a watermelon when it's coming in about that height. Looks like, how could I ever miss it? And you will. So good job of laying off that one by Delikowski. The 3-0 pitch is at the knees for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Cade Mueller on first. And it's down low for ball 4. So Delikowski draws the walk, and it's going to bring up Carson Windeshausen. Windy singled to center field his first time up. Came around and scored a run. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Two runners on for the Cavs. Mueller at second, Delikowski on first. And there's a chopper out towards short. Throw over to first, and they got him at first, but he moved the runners over. So 1 out. That's going to bring up Cooper Dykes. Dykes struck out looking his first time up. So still looking for his first hit of the season. Swing and a miss for strike 1. This is his 3rd at-bat of the season. And the pitch. That's a called strike on the outside corner. And the pitch. That's outside. Ball and 2 strikes to Cooper Dykes. Fisher delivers. Line shot foul down the third base line.
Kept Ryan Bemnister on his toes. Or kept Ryan Bemnister on his toes.
Yeah, kind of split the difference between Ryan and Cade Mueller over there on third. And it's high for a ball. So the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. And there's a ground ball over to second, not fielded cleanly, and Dykes is on. He got on an error by the second baseman, but it drove in a run as Cade Mueller came in to score. So he did his job. He does not get credited for an RBI there. And that pitch is outside to Brayton Tillman. Had an RBI single his first time up. Swing and a miss for strike one. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 runners on. That pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Runners on the corners with 1 out. See if Dykes tries to take second. And that pitch is high. 3 balls and a strike. This is a hitter's pitch coming up here to Brayton Tillman. And the pitch, there's a long shot, foul down the right field line. So the count is now full. Tillman steps back in. And the pitch, runner goes, foul ball down the first baseline. Count holds at 3-2. Cavs would like to put a crooked number on the board this inning. Delikowski on third, Dykes on first, Tillman at the plate. There's a ground ball to first, throw to second, and he can't hang on to the ball. The shortstop dropped the ball, and safe on the error by the shortstop is Brayton Tillman. Dykes gets in at second on the air, and coming in to score is Jerome Delikowski. And the Cavs go up on top, 6-3. And the pitch is low and away for ball 1. To Carter Veith. He flew out to center field his last time up. And the pitch, that's a called strike at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch, there's a ground ball over towards short, scooped up, throw to first, and they say they got him. But the runners move over. So 6-3 on the putout for the second out of the inning. Runners at second and third now for the Cavs. And at the plate is Sam Knickerbocker. And a strike called on the outside corner. Knickerbocker doubled to the right field fence last time up. And the pitch. There's a shot over to third, and it gets through the third baseman. One runs in. 2 runs are in. And they throw the ball away down the first baseline, trying to get Knickerbocker, and he's going to go over to second. He's going to round second, head to third. And Knickerbocker is going to go to third on the error. He gets a base hit. Knickerbocker gets credited with a base hit and 2 RBI. And he went to third on the error on the throw by the catcher down to the first base line. And the Cavs pick up 2 more runs. With Knickerbocker on third, at the plate is Ashton Kroll. Singled his first time up. Scored on a wild pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So, for the Cavaliers, they pick up 4 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 errors, 3 errors, 4 errors. 4 runs, 1 hit, 4 errors, and 1 left on base. We have played, well, we're in the, yeah, we've played 2.5. And it's the Cavaliers 8 and the Features 3 on NLWN-TV.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
And we are back going into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cavaliers have 8 runs on 6 hits. They've yet to commit an error. And the Features have 3 runs on 1 hit, and they've committed 4 errors. Due up for the Features this inning, we have Calvin Gilbertson, Tanner Peterson, and Xavier Palmer.
Out in right field, it says Western Cavaliers on the wall out there. We're at Logan High School in La Crosse, and of course the Logan Rangers are mentioned on the left field side. The Western Cavaliers are from Western Technical College here in La Crosse, so this is their home field as well.
Well, then the Cavaliers should feel right at home here playing at the right. Cavaliers ball field.
Yeah, that's right.
Calvin Gilbertson at the plate. He got on a fielder's choice his last time up. And the first pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch. That one's outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Rathke winds and delivers. There's a fly ball out into right field, backing up and making a catch. In fact, it didn't get out of the infield. was Delikowski. So 1 out. And that's going to bring up Tanner Peterson, who flew out to center field his first time up. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. And that's a called strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Rathke winds and delivers. And there's a ground ball over to third. Scooped up by Veith. Throw to first, and they're saying he beat it. That's going to be an infield hit for Peterson. And Peterson's going to get rid of some of his equipment and head back over to first. And that will bring up Xavier Palmer, who got an infield hit his first time up. And the pitch. Foul tip into Knickerbocker's glove. Strike 1. Now, watching that vintage baseball, that would have been an out. Throw it on to first, and it gets past Delikowski. So that's going to be an error on Knickerbocker on the throw. Put Peterson on second. And the pitch, that's down in the dirt. Throw to first. In time, evidently he swung at it. And it's 2 down. So Peterson remains at second, and this brings up Seth Vatz. Vatz drew a walk his last time up. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the third, and that pitch is high for a ball. Rathke delivers, and that's down low for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Strike called. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And time is called. Vatz wanted to step out and regather himself. Now he's back in. Rathke at the belt. And the 2-1 pitch. That one's fouled away. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second. Rathke looks over at second, and he delivers. And another foul ball. So the count holds at 2-2.
About the same place.
And here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. And the long throw, and it got past Delikowski. That throw was down in the dirt. And Carter Veith came up a little short on that throw. And the ball went out of play, so Peterson is awarded home, and he's awarded home on the air. And the runner goes to second. So it was a two-base error, and Peterson comes in to score to make it 8-4 Cavaliers. And there's a strike called. And that pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. And that one's outside for a ball. I think Eli was a little frustrated thinking that could have caught the corner. And there's a strike called. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second. Nolan Lux basically told Eli he's had enough of that. And the pitch. Down low. Count is now full. To Jack Walker. Walker walked his first time up. And the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. So, 1 run on 1 hit. There were 2 Cavalier errors and 1 left on base. So we've completed 3 innings, and it's the Cavaliers 8 and the Holmen Features 4 on NLWN-TV.
I'm Chris Jakomick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakomick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. My service never stops.
Being a cowboy, well, I don't know anything different. I had a very successful career. Life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally. And then I got hurt. I dug into mental health. I wanted to be better as a person. I start my day with a workout. I live life 8 seconds at a time. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love your mind.
And we're back here at Logan High School in La Crosse. And Jay, you were just saying that we're going to run into a problem here fairly soon if they don't find somebody to turn the lights on here, because shadows are moving quite a ways across the field, and hopefully we get someone out here to flip the light switches on, and we'll be ready. So, Cavaliers going to get things started in the 4th inning, and here to take us through the middle innings is Jay Fall.
Thanks, Rick. So, Trenton Palmer, Logan Hesselman, and Cade Mueller up for the Cavaliers. And Trenton Palmer had an infield base hit and walked the last 2 times he was up. And watches a ball. Still hurling, Andrew Fisher for the Features. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 0-2. That one high and away. Ball 1, 1 and 2. And that one falls low for ball 2, 2 and 2. Cavs lead the Holmen Features 8-4 as we start the 4th inning. And he looks at strike 3. So Palmer strikes out Logan Hesselman, who struck out the last time he was up and flew out to left. The designated hitter is now up. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Shadows growing. Backs away from that one. Low and inside. Ball 1.
Shadows growing and no lights are coming on yet.
No. That pitch outside for ball 2. 2 and 1. Cavs don't have any base runners. Backs away from that one, ball 3. Low and inside. Three, 1, and that one popped up out of play, fouled out of play down the third baseline, and we have a full count. Full count to designated hitter Logan Hesselman. And that one hit out into left field, getting under it, Calvin Gilbertson for out number 2. That brings Cade Mueller to the plate. He got on an error. Throw that got away from the third baseman to first, and then he also had a base hit to right field to start things out in the first inning. That pitch low, ball 1. One and 0 to Mueller. Fisher delivers, that one high. Ball 2. And that one chopped out just outside the outfield for a nice base hit to left field, short left field.
That was just out of the reach of the third baseman's glove. One of those seeing eye singles. Take all those you can get.
Now batting cleanup, Jerome Delikowski, who struck out and got on base on balls. First pitch, right down the middle, strike 1. Mueller takes a lead, pitch delivered, and inside.
Almost polished the belt buckle.
Yeah. Mueller takes a couple of steps off. Fisher not concerned. Delivers. Chops one in over to shortstop, and that throw high and got on safe. That is going to send Mueller to third. And that will be an error on the shortstop.
That's the 5th error of the game by the Holmen Features.
Carson Windenshausen now steps in. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. That one in the dirt. Coming in is Mueller, and he's in for a run.
And they mark that as a wild pitch.
Yes. So the Cavaliers increase their lead. It's now 9-4. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 2 outs. Fisher delivers. Windeshausen.
That's way back.
Way back. And that's gone! Home run for Carson Windeshausen.
A 2-run shot by Carson Windeshausen, and now he doesn't have to live with the grief that he had when he hit that one that went off the top of the fence at Carson Park.
Nope, that one cleared it. And so the Cavaliers lead the Features 11-4. And now batting Cooper Dykes. And looks at strike one. Cooper struck out and got on by an error the last time he was up. Swing and a miss, strike two. 0-2 to Cooper Dykes. Base is cleared off courtesy of Carson Windeshausen. And looked at that one just above his shoulders. Ball one. And a swing and a miss. And that retires the Cavaliers in the fourth inning. Cavaliers scored 3 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 Holmen error.
There were 2 hits.
Oh, 2 hits, okay.
Yeah, Mueller had
the home run, of course.
And the home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget the home run.
Yeah, that's the one. Can't leave that one out. And there were no base runners left. Score at the end of 3.5 innings of play. The Eau Claire Cavaliers 11, the Holmen Features 4 on NLWN-TV.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father, so I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't.
The lights are on in Logan. Coming on as the Features bat in the fourth inning. Jack Walter, the first baseman, is up. He got on by a walk and struck out.
Well, that's what happens when Ryan Bemnister says, "Let there be light."
Yeah.
No, Ryan was asking if we have a pitch count, and no.
Rathke delivers. That one inside.
I believe the count is 2-1.
2-1, okay. That one called out on the first base side.
That sounded like it hit a vehicle. Made a pretty good
or something, yeah. And that one chopped over to second base. The throw from Dykes to Delikowski in time. 1 out. That will bring up designated hitter Adam Quam for the Features. In the second inning, Quam got on a fielder's choice. 1 out, and it looks like we're playing 9. The lights are coming on. That one tipped back. for strike one. And I'm very glad that it's got that angle on there, because
although that angle, if you're catcher or the umpire, you've got to be really careful. That's a called strike. That angle can ricochet the ball right back down to you just as fast as it went up.
And that one fouled out, and several Cavs fans ducking over there on the right-hand side.
Landed right between three of them.
0-2 the count. That one down low for ball one. 1-2. And that ball hit out to center field. Underneath is Tillman for out number 2. Back to the top of the order now for the Features. Mason Palmer, the center fielder, was thrown out at first, but did get credited with an RBI, and
he walked his first time
walked on, yeah, okay.
Fouled that one off on the right side.
0-1. That one low and outside. Ball one, 1-1. And that pitch, high and inside, ball 2, 2-1. And got a piece of that one. That one hit out to center field. Again, Tillman there, and ends the inning of the Features. So no runs, no hits, no Cavaliers errors, and no runners left. Score at the end of 4 innings of play is the Eau Claire Cavaliers 11 and the Holmen Features 4 on NLWN-TV.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/act now.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Welcome back to La Crosse Logan High School's baseball field. The Eau Claire Cavaliers, through 4 innings, have 11 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. The Holmen Features, 4 runs on 2 hits, 5 errors. And one of those tough situations where you've got more errors than hits is a tough night.
Yeah, that's got to be very frustrating for Andrew Fisher out there, because the defense just hasn't been there to help him out.
First pitch, low, and ball doesn't even get back to Andrew Fisher. So due up for the Cavaliers in the 5th inning, Brayton Tillman, Carter Veith, and Sam Knickerbocker. Tillman got on by a fielder's choice and had a base hit to right. And that one inside. 3-0. And Tillman has a shot to center field. That one caught by Mason Palmer. So that brings up Carter Veith, who has flown out to center and was thrown out at first from shortstop. Tillman, of course, had the last 2 outs of the Features last half inning. That one catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Just shaved it that time.
Yep, 0-1. That one high, ball 1. 1-1. That one low, ball 2, 2-1. So it looks like we'll have at least 7 innings here with the lights all powered up now. And a shot out to center field. That one is going to drop in for a base hit. Beath decides not to go any further than first, so a nice double to center, or a nice single to Carter, or for Carter Beath. That brings up Sam Knickerbocker.
Yeah, sometimes the words just don't want to get around your teeth, do they?
No.
It's kind of the way...
Or the wrong ones come out.
It's kind of the way Veith was running the base, whether he was going to get there or not.
Andrew Fisher delivers right down the pipe for strike 1. 0-1 to Sam Knickerbocker. He had a 2-hit single and a 1-run double, or a 2-run single and a 1-run double. There we go. Ball in the dirt.
So simplified, that means he's got a 2-hit game with 3 RBI.
There we go. Looked at that one, but that one inside.
I think it's 2-1.
Beath, a little bit of a lead, and that ball hit right up the middle, and the throw to second got him on a 6-4 fielder's choice. And so the 10th player in the Cavs order now up, Ashton Kroll. He's the extra hitter. Had a single and a strikeout his previous times at bat. That pitch way outside for ball 1. And that ball hit to short left field. Calvin Gilbertson is there to end the inning. So the Cavaliers in the 5th, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors by Holmen and 1 runner left. We played 4.5 innings, and the Cavaliers still out in front, 11-4 over Holmen on NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning at Logan High School in La Crosse, where the Holmen Features trail the Eau Claire Cavaliers by a score of 11-4. Due up for the Features are shortstop Cameron Weber, left fielder Calvin Gilbertson, and third baseman Tanner Peterson.
Eli Rathke has gone the distance so far for the Cavs. In 4 innings, he has 65 pitches. Cavs coming with a little bit of a light lineup today. The only pitcher on the bench right now is Andrew Milner. Cooper Dykes is there also, but that would be an emergency because I believe Cooper Dykes is slated to pitch tomorrow in Osseo.
Cameron Weber shows bunt down the third base line. The throw to first. Got by.
We have a defensive change out there as well. Knickerbocker is now playing third base, and Veith is behind the plate.
So runner on second. That ball chopped to second base, over to first for the first out.
It did move Cameron Weber over to third.
That brings up third baseman Tanner Peterson. He had a base hit and then moved around on a couple of, or on both of the Cavs errors, and then flew out to left.
I will say this, before the game, Sam Knickerbocker was eagerly looking forward to the opportunity to play some third base today.
That one high. 2-0. Cameron Weber on third base. Knickerbocker keeping an eye on him. Rathke took a quick look, and that ball hit just foul off in right field.
It's another one that was only about 2 feet foul. Otherwise, it was extra bases with a run scoring.
Weber on third, 1 out. Rathke delivers.
That didn't miss by very much.
Yep, 3-1.
It was just off the inside edge.
That one inside. And Tanner Peterson walks to first. It brings up Xavier Palmer, the catcher. He had an infield base hit in the second and was thrown out at first in the third.
Ryan Bemnister going out to talk with Rathke. And he wants the infield to come in and talk as well.
Cavs 11. Holmen with 4.
And he said everything he needed to say.
And the infield conference breaks.
And Nolan Lux, the home plate umpire, chats a little with Ryan Bemnister. One out.
Xavier Palmer up. Rathke checks over to first. And strike one.
That was interesting. He showed bunt. Must have been a safety squeeze situation.
Runners on the corners. Rathke delivers, swinging and a miss, or tipped, strike 2.
That's not the most graceful slide into second I think I've ever seen. Let's make sure he's okay.
He had slid in like I would have.
So Peterson is safe with a stolen base.
Rathke checks Peterson at second. Delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's out number 2. That will bring Seth Vatz to the plate. Seth got on by a walk and I believe a fielder's choice.
And I've got it as a 2-base error.
Oh, okay. I just put the error in the wrong place. Here we go. First pitch shows bunt, and coming in for the run is Cameron Weber.
That was a wild pitch. That also advanced the runner on second. That was Peterson. He's over at third.
1-0 count to Vatz. And connects with a ball that out to left field, going back, and running grab by Palmer. So that's going to be a sac fly.
No, it's the third out.
Third out. Oh, sorry.
It would have been.
So, Palmer with the catch. So 1 run for Holmen on no hits. There was 1 Cavalier error and 1 left. So score at the end of 5 innings of play is the Holmen Features 5, the Eau Claire Cavaliers 11 on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire, your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
So we are in the top of the 6th. Cavaliers coming to bat. Trenton Palmer, Logan Hesselman, and Cade Mueller are up. We have a new pitcher, Tanner Peterson, for the Features, and other defensive changes.
Yeah, and there's only one that I don't have right now. The second baseman went where, and I'm looking over at Kirk to see if he sees it. He was number 10. I think that might be him over at third. Okay. So, we do have some changes, and I'll fill folks in as you go ahead and
Okay. First pitch, foul back into the parking lot on the third base side, strike one.
Okay, and here's how it works. Third baseman Peterson came in to pitch. The pitcher went in, he'll be in the batting order for the designated hitter, went to second base. And the second baseman Nelson went over to play third base. And we'll get you Peterson's pitching numbers shortly.
Deliver that one. Called strike three. So that brings up Logan Hesselman, who's flown out to left field twice and has struck out. Cavs lead 11-5. That one floats down the middle for strike one. Peterson delivers. That one fouled back off the third base side. So Hesselman looking at 0-2. Peterson at the belt. Steps forward. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 2 strikeouts in the Cavaliers' 6th inning, and now Cade Mueller comes to bat.
The
Cade's
numbers
2 for 3.
The numbers for Andrew Fisher on the mound. He went 5 innings, gave up 11 runs on 9 hits, struck out 6 and walked 2.
So that ball in the dirt, ball one. Clear bases. Peterson delivers. That one's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. No base runners to check. Peterson fires in that one. Very outside, 2-1. Mueller steps out. Back in now. Peterson steps back. Delivers. That ball hit to the shortstop, the throw to first in time. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Cavs in the 6th. So there are no runs on no hits. There were no errors and no base runners. Score at the end of 5.5 innings of play. The Eau Claire Cavaliers have 11. The Holmen Features 5 on NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Welcome back to La Crosse Logan High School, where the host Holmen Features are going to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. Due up, Jack Walter, Pierce Nelson, and Adam Quam.
Eli Rathke going to start his 6th inning of work. Much better performance than what he had over in Augusta, where he gave up 9 runs in 4 innings.
That one inside and low for ball 1. Walter has walked and struck out as he watches a strike, 1-1. That one high and outside, 2-1.
Somebody's got a grill going.
Yeah, I just smelled that. It smells very good. That one swung on, strike 2, 2-2.
And I have to thank my grandkids and kids. I got a brand new grill for my birthday over the weekend.
Oh, fun.
And it works nicely.
And a check swing, but a called third strike for the first out. Well, you have to invite us over for a cookout soon.
We might just have to do something like that. The annual NLWN-TV picnic.
there you go. And that one down the middle for strike 1, 0-1. To Pierce Nelson, who was hit by a pitch and was thrown out at first. Strike 2. Rathke caught the outside edge on that one. The delivery, and strike 3. Eli Rathke.
2 called strikeouts.
Brings up Adam Quam, who's now playing second base. Got on by a fielder's choice and flew out to center. And that one low.
Oh, never mind now.
1-1. And that pitch hit out to left field. Under it to field it is Palmer. And that wraps up the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no Cavaliers errors, no base runners. Score at the end of 6 complete innings of play. Eau Claire Cavaliers 11, the Holmen Features 5 on NLWN-TV.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum, located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
This Sunday, July 13th, the Chippewa Valley Museum invites you to bring a chair, blanket, and join them for music on the lawn. This is a special program offered by the museum, free of charge, each Sunday in July. This Sunday's performer will be folk-inspired guitarist Tim Case. That's 2 to 3 p.m. at the Chippewa Valley Museum. And now, as we head into the 7th inning to take us the rest of the way, here's Rick Olson.
Thank you, Jay. You did a nice job of getting us a comfortable lead here. Let's see if the Cavs can hang on to it. Due up for the Cavaliers in the 7th inning, we have Jerome Delikowski, Carson Windeshausen, and Cooper Dykes. And now Jay's got a whole bunch of things to change on our special keeping track of who's where board. Peterson getting ready to start his 2nd inning of work in relief. And Jerome Delikowski stepping to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He walked and scored. He got on an error and scored. And he also struck out. Oh, and that got Delikowski right up near the ear flap on that helmet. He doesn't seem to be any worse for wear. There's all kinds of lines to that I could use, but for Jerome's sake, I won't do it. Carson Windeshausen, who homered his last time up. He's got a 2-hit game going. 2-run home run and also a single back in the 2nd inning. The first pitch was a ball. There's a shot fair down the 3rd baseline. And Delikowski going to try to get to 3rd. Throw comes in. And they got him. And we'll give a double to Windeshausen. But Delikowski is thrown out at 3rd. 7-5 on the putout. That's going to bring up Cooper Dykes. Struck out his last time up. Fouls that one away off the left side. He's 0 for 3. Struck out twice and got on an error. Came around and scored. And that's a called strike on the inside edge. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, that's outside. One and 2 is the count to Cooper Dykes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll bring up Brayton Tillman. Tillman is 1 for 3 tonight. He had an RBI single, got out on an error, and flew out to center field. He scored 2 runs. 2 down. There's a high pop-up out in left field. Ranging under it is Gilbertson, and he makes the catch. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played 6.5. It's time for the 7th inning stretch on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, August 18th, as the Blue Caps will be in action from Pioneer Village's old-fashioned county fair in Cameron, Wisconsin. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's vintage baseball, Monday, August 18th on NLWN-2.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
So we're heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. Cavs on top, 11-5 over the Holmen Features. Being played here in Crosse at Logan High School, home of the Logan Rangers and the Western Cavaliers. So it's the other Cavalier team.
Western Technical College here in La Crosse.
Due up for the Holmen Features, we have the top of the order. Should be Mason Palmer, Cameron Weber, and Calvin Gilbertson. And the first pitch is a called strike. Palmer's 0 for 2. Grounded to second, but it was an RBI ground out. There's a shot off the top of the dugout. No balls, 2 strikes. He also flew out to center field and drew a walk. And there's another foul ball off the right side. Count holds at 0-2. And the pitch. Another foul off the right side. Well, that's what you're supposed to do as a batter when you got 2 strikes. Make contact, spoil the pitches. Let's see if Rathke can spoil the at-bat, though. There's a ground ball. Over to second, throw to first, and it's not in time. So Palmer wins that battle with an infield hit. That's going to bring up Cameron Weber. Weber is 0 for 3. Popped to third, popped to short, and got on an error at third. That pitch just missed low for ball 1. And the pitch, and that got him in the back. That's the second batter hit by the pitch by Rathke. So there's 2 runners on, nobody out. Cavs up by 6. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the pitch, that one's in the dirt for a ball. Carter Veith did a nice job of blocking it. Cavs defensively, Carter Veith behind the plate. Sam Knickerbocker over at third. There's a fly ball foul off the right side. Cade Mueller is out at short. Cooper Dykes at second. Jerome Delikowski at first. It's the outfield that we're not sure about. That's low and away for a ball. 2-1 is the count. And the pitch. Low and away. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. That's down low for ball 4. That's going to load the bases. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Tanner Peterson comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He got on an infield hit to third. He also flew out to left and drew a walk. The first pitch is a called strike. I think out in left field for the Cavaliers is Ashton Kroll. Ball gets fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High pop up. Backing up and making the catch. And making sure nobody advances is Cade Mueller. So 1 out, and it brings up Xavier Palmer. Palmer's 1 for 3. Got on an infield hit over towards second and struck out twice. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And the pitch, that's down low. Again, a nice block by Carter Veith, keeping the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Swings and hits it out into center field, caught out there by Tillman, and it's going to be a sacrifice fly. As Tillman made the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. But the Features do score a run, making the score Cavaliers 11 and the Holmen Features 6. 2 runners on now with 2 down. And at the plate is Seth Vatz. That's low and inside for ball 1. Rathke at the belt. And delivers. It's high and away, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 2 down, 2 on. And the pitch. That one's fouled away off the left side. And the pitch. There's a ground ball over to second. Scooped up. Throw to first in time for the 3rd out. So for the Features, they did pick up 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Cavalier errors, and there were 2 left on base. So we've completed 7 innings, and it's the Cavaliers 11 and the Holmen Features 6 on NLWN-TV.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, July 9th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Osseo Merchants from John Soine Field in Osseo, Wisconsin. Live coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30 p.m. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, July 9th on NLWN-TV.
So we head to the 8th inning with the Cavaliers on top 11-6. Due up for the Cavaliers, we have Carter Veith, Sam Knickerbocker, and we were just informed that Eli Rathke is going to get a trip to the plate for Ashton Kroll. And on the mound, starting his 3rd inning of work, is Peterson, Tanner Peterson. So out at second base is Andrew Fisher. For the Features. And stepping up for the Cavaliers is Carter Veith. And that one got Veith. So Carter Veith heads down to first. That's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker has a 2-hit game going for him. He doubled, singled, got on a fielder's choice. And the pitch is outside for a ball. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. I think with the number of fans that are here tonight, I could get them on both hands, and maybe I'd have to take off one shoe. Pitch is outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Sam Knickerbocker. Peterson glances over at first, now delivers. And there's a breaking ball for a strike. That was his get-me-over pitch. Just dropped it down in.
Big smile for Knickerbocker, stepping out and men back in.
And the pitch. Down low for ball 4. So 2 runners on for the Cavaliers. And up steps Eli Rathke. This is his first at-bat of the season. We're going to have a bit of a we have a pitching change going on here. And if we can get his number, there we go. The new pitcher is Pierce Nelson. So Peterson goes 2+ innings, and he gave up no runs. And only gave up 1 hit. Struck out 3. Walked 1. And 2 were hit by the pitch. So Eli Rathke going to try and help his cause a little bit here. And basically that was just Peterson going back to third base. And Pierce Nelson on the mound. And that pitch missed inside for a ball. 2 on. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Cavaliers up by 5. That one's down low for ball 2. Eli Rathke stepping in. And it's down low, and runners all advance. That one got by the catcher. So it's a wild pitch. 3 balls, no strikes to Eli Rathke. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and gets ball 4. So Rathke still doesn't have an official at bat, but at least he has a batting statistic by drawing the walk. So the bases are loaded. I wonder if that's Rathke's swan song for the night. And there is a strike called to Trenton Palmer. Bases are full of Cavaliers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Palmer's 1 for 3. Single to left field and drew a walk. There's a ground ball over to second. Throw to the plate for 1. So Palmer's on a fielder's choice. As Veith is out, second to home, or 4-2. Knickerbocker over on third, Rathke on second, Palmer on first. Logan Hesselman comes to the plate. I think Kirk down below us is attracting the mosquitoes because none are coming up and finding me. He says he's sharing the love. And a ground ball over to second, scooped up, tossed to first for the out. But it's an RBI for Hesselman. So runners at second and third with 2 down, and that's going to bring up Cade Mueller. And the pitch. That's a strike called. Oh, they threw it down to third and it went out into left field. Rathke comes in to score, and right on his heels is Trenton Palmer. They both come in on an error by the catcher. And that pitch is outside for a call. Well, they called it a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And they called a strike. They peeled down to first. And Cade Mueller can't believe it. But he goes down swinging. So for the Cavaliers, they do pick up 3 runs on no hits. There was 1 error and 2 left on base. So we've completed 7.5, and it's the Cavaliers 14 and the Holmen Features 6 on NLWN-TV.
Achieving my goals as an adult was challenging without a high school diploma. With the help of an adult education center, I finished my high school diploma and it changed my life.
This yearbook is a testament to your accomplishments and how they have impacted all of us.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now, I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
New pitcher on the mound for the Cavaliers is Andrew Milner. So the numbers for Eli Rathke, he went 7 innings, gave up 6 runs on 3 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 5. Milner coming off his performance in the All-Star game where he was credited with the win in the All-Star game for the South All-Stars. Bottom of the 8th inning, Jack Walter is at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Pitch is low and inside. Well, you can tell we're kind of in the swamplands of La Crosse here because the mosquitoes have come out thick now. And there's a strike called. Tall left-hander on the mound for the Cavs. And the 1-1 pitch. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Are they getting you too, Jay?
Yep, I prefer to give blood at the Red Cross. But
that's absolutely correct. And all at once, not
that's
little
right.
Tiny drop at a time.
Yeah, that's right.
It all comes out the same when they're this thick.
Yeah.
Strike 3 called. So with 1 out, That's going to bring up Pierce Nelson, who is now the pitcher for the Features. Nelson at the plate is 0 for 2, grounded to second and struck out. He was also hit by the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. And the pitch, strike two called. And the pitch, strike three called. That's the second one Milner gets looking. This is Fisher at the plate. And there's a fly ball out into right field. Going back and making the catch is Windeshausen. So, no runs on no hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. So that was a 7-pitch inning for Andrew Milner. And the Cavs are leading after 8, 14-6 on NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
So we go to the 9th inning. Cavaliers on top, 14-6. Due up for the Holmen Features, we have Mason Palmer, Cameron Weber, and Calvin Gilbertson, top of the order. But that's not who's batting, it's the Cavaliers batting. Jerome Delikowski, Carson Windeshausen, and Cooper Dykes. Delikowski is 0 for 2, struck out and got on an error, came around and scored a run. And the pitch, that's high. And another one high. Swing and a miss for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. That one missed. 3 balls and 1 strike. The summer peepers are out. And high and inside, ball 4. So Jerome Delikowski draws a walk. That's his second walk of the evening. That's going to bring up Carson Windeshausen. That's Rambo Skeeto. He took 3 hits before he died. There's a chopper over to third. Throw to second for 1, and that's what they're going to get. So Windeshausen's on a fielder's choice, 5-4. And Delikowski is out at second. That'll bring up Cooper Dykes. And that's a called strike. Dykes is 0 for 4, struck out 3 times, got on an error, came around and scored a run. Runner goes, pitches high for a ball. One ball and 1 strike. And that was fouled back out of play. And the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. So that's 2 down. And Brayton Tillman comes to the plate. Tilly is 1 for 4. Singled his first time up, came around and scored a run. Got on an error, came around, scored a run, and that ball gets past the catcher. And Windeshausen goes to third on the wild pitch. Tillman is also flown out twice, once to center and once to right. And the pitch. There's a shot out into left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Windeshausen comes in to score. And Tillman is on with an RBI single. And that puts the Cavs up 15-6. And coming to the plate is Carter Veith with 2 down. And the pitch. There's a strike called. And the pitch. There's a ground ball over towards short. Picked up their long throw to first, so they're not going to get him. And that's an infield hit for Carter Veith. And it moved Tillman over to second. And it's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker, 2 for 3. He walked his last time up. There's a fly ball out into center field. Heading towards the gap. It's going towards the warning path. 1 run is in. Knickerbocker checks into second with a double. It's his second double of the night. And the Cavs add on another one. 16-6. As Tillman came in to score. Veith is on third. And that first pitch is a called strike. And that missed for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Eli Rathke. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch is outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Cavaliers on top, 16-6. That was high for a ball. Counts full with 2 down. And the payoff pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. So the Cavaliers go down in the 9th. They do pick up, let's see, how many runs? 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 were left on base. So we've played 8.5, and it's the Cavaliers 16 and the Features 6 on NLWN-TV.
Losing the fear of looking foolish comes with age.
Who did you steal them from?
Losing your way in your own home doesn't. Confusion with time and place may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Mom, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, August 18th, as the Blue Caps will be in action from Pioneer Village's old-fashioned county fair in Cameron, Wisconsin. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's Vintage Baseball, Monday, August 18th, on NLWN-2.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. My service never stops.
So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cavaliers on top, 16-6 over the Holmen Features. We're at Crosse Logan High School baseball field. Mosquitoes and all. I think I'm probably 6 pounds lighter now. They've taken that much out of me. Due up for the Features, top of the order, Palmer, Weber, Gilbertson. And the first pitch missed for a ball. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1 now. And that's a called strike. You know, I think maybe the strike zone has gotten bigger because the umpire is scratching a lot of mosquito bites too. I couldn't blame him.
Nope.
Strike 3. That was right down the middle. He just threw it past him. That's going to bring up Cameron Weber. That's the 3rd strikeout in an inning and a third for Eli Rathke. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Milner looking in, swing and fouled, golfed foul off the right side. Count holds at 0-2. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up in the right field. Windeshausen underneath to make the catch. So 2 down. And that's going to bring up Calvin Gilbertson. He represents the last chance for the Features. And he is 0 for 3 tonight. He did draw a walk. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And the pitch. That's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls and a strike. Milner at the belt, and he delivers. Just missed low. 3-1's the count. And the 3-1 pitch. Line shot out into right field. Windeshausen makes the sliding catch for out number 3, and that's going to do it. For the Features, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Final score, Cavaliers 16, the Holmen Features 6. Winning pitcher is going to be Eli Rathke, losing pitcher Andrew Fisher. And we will have more on this one when we get to talking baseball right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Being a Cowboy, well, I don't know anything different. I had a very successful career. Life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally. And then I got hurt. I dug into mental health. I wanted to be better as a person. I start my day with a workout. I live life 8 seconds at a time. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love your mind.
And we're back here at Crosse Logan High School as the Cavaliers come away winners 16-6 over the Holmen Features. In a non-league game, it moves the Cavaliers' record to 14-6 overall. And the Holmen Features now go to 6-4 overall. Winning pitcher tonight was Eli Rathke. He went 7 innings, gave up 6 runs on 3 hits, struck out 5 and walked 5. And Andrew Fisher was the losing pitcher. He went 5 innings, gave up 11 runs on 9 hits, struck out 6 and walked 2. And we have Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister on his way over here. And I think he's probably getting eaten by mosquitoes as bad as we are. So we need to get on the road and get home. And so, Ryan, congratulations, a non-league win. This, I don't think, is quite what you expected to happen.
No, it was a good game. We hit the ball really well and had good pitching.
You did have good pitching. It was good to see Eli Rathke come back after that outing he had in Augusta, and he came back and settled down and threw a pretty nice game.
Yeah, he got through 7 there and really finished out the game for us. That's exactly what we had it drawn up for, so I'm glad he got back out there and did what he did.
And hats off to Carson Windeshausen. Finally got the monkey off his back after he bounced that one off the top of the fence at Carson Park. He hit one out here in La Crosse and got his home run.
Yes, good for him. I'm happy for him. He can actually not get teased anymore, so we won't be teasing the rest of the year, maybe.
And we've got a big ball game tomorrow in Osseo. Real quick mention about that one.
I got fireworks show after the game. It's going to be a good time. We've got it'll be good pitching, good hitting. It's going to be a good matchup. We always play them well. They play us well, so can't wait to get out to Osseo tomorrow and hopefully bring home a win.
And now, Ryan, get out of here before the mosquitoes get you. And we'll be back with some final thoughts right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ball game. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, July 9th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Osseo Merchants from John Soine Field in Osseo, Wisconsin. Live coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:30 p.m. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, July 9th on NLWN-TV.
Back here at La Crosse Logan High School, Rick Olson along with Jay Fall, Dan Petchow have been running the camera for us tonight. And the Cavaliers come away 16-6 winners over the Holmen Features. Jay, your thoughts?
Ryan summed it up well. Good hitting, good pitching. I've got unofficially Cade Mueller 2 for 5. I have Carson Windeshausen 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. I've got Brayton Tillman 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Sam Knickerbocker 3 of 4, and a lot of just a good solid effort by the Cavs. 16 runs, 13 hits, 3 errors, Features 6 runs. 3 hits and 6 errors.
A real nice pitching performance by Eli Rathke. Andrew Milner came in and did his normal steady job and was able to shut the Features down so they couldn't start to mount some kind of a rally towards the end of the game and preserve the win for Rathke. It wasn't a save situation, but he was able to shut things down very nicely. Andrew Fisher had a little bit of rough luck. The defense behind him didn't help him out any. And so, good game overall for the Cavaliers and a good way to set things up and get the ball rolling going into tomorrow night's really big, really important league contest against the Osseo Merchants. So, and tomorrow night's game against the Osseo Merchants is, as Ryan said, fireworks coming afterwards. It could have a big impact on the playoff situation, and you can join us tomorrow right here on NLWN-TV as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers traveling over to John Soine Field in Osseo. You kind of have to take a roundabout route to get there now with construction in Osseo, but we'll be there. And they're going to be taking on the Osseo Merchants in a CRBL tilt. As a bonus, we are going to carry the fireworks following the game, and coverage will begin at 6:30 p.m. with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the live play-by-play action. Be sure to join us on Monday, August 18th on NLWN2 as our coverage of vintage baseball continues when we bring you the Menominee Blue Caps playing at the Pioneer Village Old-Fashioned County Fair in Cameron. Coverage begins on the 18th at 7 p.m. on NLWN2. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game has been brought to you by the Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Your Napa Auto Parts store. These mosquitoes know we're getting ready to leave. At Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Auto Vision Center, windshield repair and replacement on North Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and the Chippewa Valley Museum, where you can connect with the roots of the Chippewa Valley in Carson Park. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball all season long. So for Dan Petchow on the camera, Jay Fall right on my left side here, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, Cavaliers 16, the Holmen Features 6. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on NLWN-TV.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
In the heart of a small town where the rivers flow, there's a spirit rising up and it's starting to grow. Carson Park's the place where dreams come alive. Eau Claire Cavaliers, the reason we thrive. With the crack of the bat and the roar of the crowd, we spell baseball magic and we shout it out loud. For over 50 years of history, pride and cheer. In this town, we're all family, the love sincere. Eau Claire Cavaliers, we wear it with pride. Big time baseball in a small town ride. From the bases to the bleachers, hear the fans sing. For the love of the game, together we bring. In this town standing tall, we always belong. With Eau Claire Cavaliers, we'll keep singing our song. Through the ups and the downs, we'll face every fight with grit in our hearts.